If you're still on the fence about journaling, here are 5 reasons why you should take the plunge and get started. And stay tuned to the end, and I'll show you how you can do it sustainably. Number 1, journaling can help you sort through your emotions without paying for therapy. Journaling is a much less costly alternative, and it can save you time. If you do need therapy, just as a disclaimer, go get therapy. If you just need to sort through your emotions, figure out what's going on in your brain, why you're feeling angry all the time, why you're feeling sad, journaling is a great way to do it, and I have seen results in my life. Number 2, journaling is perfect if you forget memories a lot. I have the memory of a goldfish, so oftentimes I don't remember what I even ate for dinner yesterday. Journaling has allowed me to keep track of experiences and things that I really want to remember for future, so that when I go back and look at those journals later, I can see that I actually experienced this. So in this case, journaling is evidence that you've lived the experiences. Number 3, journaling helps to fill up your notebooks faster. This one isn't as heavy weighing, but if you've been struggling with consistency in notebooks or have a hard time finishing notebooks, journaling is it. Ever since I've started journaling the way I do now, I finish a notebook every 2 to 3 months. Number 4, journaling helps you keep track of brainstorms and ideas that you wouldn't get otherwise. During my journaling sessions, if I have an idea for something, maybe new goals or something like that, when I write it down, more ideas just start flowing and they don't stop. And oftentimes I come up with my best ideas when I'm journaling. So if you want to be able to not only come up with good ideas, but you also want to keep track of them, go ahead and journal. I hope you're noticing a pattern here where journaling does not only mean keeping track of your experiences, what you ate for the day. It's really dumping out the information that you have in your brain, whether it's your memories or those ideas that we just mentioned, so that you have a record for them later and you can use them later. Number 5, if you start journaling now, you'll be able to look back at this page 6 months to a year and see how much you've progressed and how much you've changed. Whenever I happen to look back at old journals and see the work I've done, it's like a time capsule. It takes me back to that moment in history for me. And doing this can help you see how much you've matured or how much you haven't matured over the years. Now, I hope those reasons convinced you to give journaling a shot. If so, let's take a look at 5 ways you can journal sustainably so you can stay consistent and not get overwhelmed. When I first started journaling, I was really overwhelmed with trying to keep track of every single thing in my life and trying to fill up every page and all of that. It was just too much work. So I'm going to go through some of my methods now that have allowed me to journal consistently over the past few months and have actually had a positive impact on me. Number 1, just go ahead and make it messy. This isn't the time to worry about grammar, spelling, punctuation, capitalization, especially when you're just getting started. I use text form, like text abbreviations for I, you. I don't capitalize like I would in a college paper, because you're really the only one that's going to be reading this. And as long as you understand it, that's all that matters. And also, as a side note, it's okay to skip days. You don't have to show up every single day and journal. Sometimes there's just nothing that you want to journal for that day, or maybe you just journal yesterday's stuff the day after. It's really not that big of a deal. Number 2, don't force yourself to write more than you want to. You don't have to write an entire page for each day of your life. Now, I've come to get to that point where sometimes it's even 2 to 3 pages because I just have a lot of ideas that I don't mind writing down. But sometimes I only get a line in, or maybe 2 lines, or no lines at all, and that's okay. And I also use bullet points. I don't use paragraphs. I don't really write it like an essay. It's really just getting your thoughts onto paper. The point is, the amount you write for a day is going to ebb and flow. You may write a ton on one day and little to nothing on the next. And then also, you don't have to document every single thing. You're living your life through actually living your life. The whole point of the journal is just to mark interesting sections or even uninteresting sections that you may want to look back on later, or that you just feel like writing down. You don't have to put everything you had for breakfast or how long you worked out, unless that's a goal of yours. But the big thing here is just writing in a way where you can stay consistent, where you don't get overwhelmed, and it doesn't become a chore to write inside your journal. Journaling is supposed to be a tool for you, not the other way around. And then number 3, use a notebook you actually want to use. If you have a notebook that you don't really like, it's going to be harder to actually journal in it. If you do hate the notebook that you have now, if you want to try still continuing to write through it and personalizing it a little bit more so that maybe you start to like it a bit more, that's an option. But just make sure that you're not overcomplicating the tools. All you need is maybe a pen or a pencil, and then your notebook. This is a sketchbook that I got a while ago. Remember the core functionality of journaling. This is how you'll be able to stay consistent. Trust me. Number 4, journal little things as you go throughout your day. When I first started journaling, I would try to put everything that I wanted to journal at the end of the day or the morning after, and that just took way too much time. It caused journaling to become a chore for me, which, remember, we do not want this. We want this to be a consistent and sustainable thing for you. If something cool happens, write it down in a sentence or two. If something comes to mind, just write it down right away, and then you won't even have to think about it for the rest of the day or the rest of the week unless you want to. And then number 5, make it weird to not use your journal. A big challenge when it comes to consistency with journaling is that you forget your journal exists. So one way that I've tackled this is I actually put everything in my notebook. I put to-do lists, I put brainstorms, and I journal all within the same page. Since my whole life is practically inside this notebook, if I don't bring it with me or if I forget it, I feel like I'm missing something. Consider incorporating something like that into your life so that your journal and your notebook is basically an extension of you. That's a great way to not forget. And then also, if you are using multiple tools, consider just switching to your notebook for a few days just to get used to writing in your notebook. If these tips and reasons helped convince you that you can journal sustainably, please consider subscribing for more productivity and planning hacks that work for your life, not the other way around. All right, I'm Steph, and this is Notes in Progress. Bye!